Happy Tuesday, everybody. Let me tell you how exercise is not fake. I just looked at myself. I'm looking great. I did about 25 minutes on the bike today. When I used to do these videos, I used to have so much pep in my step because I used to do the bike and then do the videos, but it was messing up my, tardiness. It was making me tardy at work. So I stopped it and I was doing it in the afternoons. And what I found out was that I was always tired because I'd be wired and I could not fall asleep. The other night I did the bike at 9 o'clock. All the kids, everybody was in bed, winding down. I said, let me do the bike. I did the bike, 30 minutes, some stretching, go get some. Oh, I was starving. I was like shaking. I think I had used all of my carb reserve. So I had a little light open face PB&J, and I go into bed to wind down and lay down. Normally I don't eat, but I was shaking. I knew my sugar was low, and I didn't fall asleep until 2 o'clock in the morning. I had put my phone down around 11. The kids fell asleep in the bed. My husband put them in the crib. He came back in the bed, went back to sleep. I put the phone down. I was up for at least an hour looking at the shadows on my ceiling from the leaves in the trees. And then I picked back up my phone. It wasn't until 2 o'clock in the morning. I had so much energy. I was wired. And I was like, well, let me get up and do stuff around the house. But I know because my neighborhood at night is sleep. No, we not fucking around. Ain't nobody coming home late. Don't nobody work the late shift. Ain't no cars coming down my dead end block. It's quiet. So I just knew me doing something as loading and unloading the dishwasher would be enough noise to wake up the whole house. But anyway, so I was like, okay, let me go back to doing it in the morning. My mama was on morning shift today. Everybody, all the kids, like I got a lot. Kids out the house by 6:30. I only need a half an hour to do shit, shower, and shave, So I was like, let me do the bike. So I do the bike for like 20 minutes, 25 minutes, take a shower, whatever. I'm sore, but I'm wired. I'm wired and my skin looks good. I even got like a little sweat. I wasn't doing something, so crazy because I definitely warm up for 5 minutes. I never used to warm up before, but I definitely warm up because I'm at the age where you step wrong and you're gonna need a cast. So I definitely, it was a good 15 minutes of heart pumping stuff. So I got like a little sweat and my skin looked a little dewy. I don't even have on the filter, no cap. I don't even have on the filter. And I wasn't gonna do a video because my shower was feeling so good after working out that I actually like enjoyed it. It wasn't like a rush, even though I knew I should have just, hit the hot zones, do a little yang, 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 get out. But I actually like got a washcloth and the Olay and squirted it and sniffed it because it's shea butter and vanilla. Really had a commercial shower moment. Enjoyed it. Slapped on some makeup and went. So I'm running a little bit behind schedule. But I was like, let me talk about a video. Let me do a video because I'm feeling so good. I'm awake. I'm pumped. And, I'm not wearing my ring because I think it's the second day I'm not wearing my ring. I started getting some chafing because I started swelling. So I've been eating outside food. I try not to eat outside food, but I have been eating outside food. And I think that has something to do with it. So I'm trying to get back in my thing. I feel it going down. So I said, let me get a break from the rain. I still married y'all. And what was I saying? Ooh. Oh, so I wanted to do a video because I watched the Drink Champ episode with Jocelyn Hernandez, the Puerto Rican princess. And it's very hard to watch because her diction is so bad. Her elocution, her pronunciation is really, really bad. But now I'm not fluent in Spanish, but when she was talking in Spanish, she sounded more comfortable because she is from Puerto Rico. But her English it's just very hard to watch, and it's about 4 hours. She was fasting and drinking and smoking. So the first couple of hours, and I think it's almost 4 hours, she was okay, regular self. Towards the end, that liquor kicked in on an empty stomach, and I just couldn't. I just couldn't. It was too. And she wasn't saying nothing salacious or bad. It was just very hard on the ears, you know. But I watched 95% of the interview, and she gets emotional and she cries. I've always liked Jocelyn. Um, Even when she was on Love and Hip Hop, I always liked her. Now, mind you, she was on Love and Hip Hop. She was 24 years old. 24. That's young. 24. But anyway, I always liked her. She was always my favorite. Everything about her, because her origin story is she literally came from the mud in Puerto Rico. Like, it's one thing to come from the mud in the States, but it's another thing to come from the mud in Puerto Rico. Even though Puerto Rico is United States, it is damn near like a third world country, especially in the 90s. Big, big, big heroin problem, and she brings big drug problem, but mostly heroin, because of where Puerto Rico is. The heroin was just easier and cheaper to get. Um, So she talks about that. Her father dies of a heroin overdose. Her mother has 6 kids, 5 baby daddies. She's literally from the gutter. You know what I'm saying? So I just like that. I like somebody who could, quote unquote, put pull themselves up by their bootstraps. It's an old saying, but basically, she ride whatever nigga she needed to get what she get, and she body was always good, always into fitness. I believe she has a drug problem, and I'll get into that. Um, and I'm not talking about weed either. So she has a baby by Stevie J. If you don't know Stevie J, Google Stevie J. Anyway, she has a baby with him, only one. Um, and it's not like she went around nigga hopping and having babies by them. She has a baby by one man, and she's in a long term, I want to say domestic marriage. I don't know if they're legally married, but I think they've been cohabitating so long. The state they're in is definitely common law. His name is Ballistic. That's his stage name. He's a producer or whatever. They've been together a long time. They went on marriage boot camp too. But I bring that up to say that she just got arrested for fighting a woman at the big boxing match that just happened, I guess backstage. And she's been arrested for that. I think the girl was on her show, Jocelyn's Cabaret, which is now, like, I think taping their 4th season on Zeus. She owns that. Like, she owns the rights to that, her likeness, all that shit. Good for her. Because, I believe, if she was right, she made Viacom billions of dollars, and I definitely agree on that. Between advertising alone, her being on Love and Hip Hop, her antics, like, she made billions of dollars just in ad revenue alone. Like, no lie, I watched Love and Hip Hop to see the shenanigans between Jocelyn. But anyway, um, so I go to say that there's stills of the situation. The situation was caught on tape. That's an old saying because there's no tape. But anyway, it was recorded. The fight was recorded. What started the fight was recorded. Everything was recorded. And then Ballistic has been known to get involved in female altercations, fights, disagreement, yelling, shadow matches between Jocelyn and women. Oh my God. I know it's toxic and it's wrong, but that's something that I have had talks about with my husband. Now, I have gotten into verbal altercations with women before. Two specific instances when we was at a job, when we were working together, another substitute worker, because when we were short staffed, they would bring in substitute workers. Substitute worker got in my face, called me a bitch because she was taking sides with another coworker that was infatuated with my husband and was going around bad talking me, basically saying how I broke girl code and stole her man. Eli was never her man. That's my husband's name. Never her man. But anyway, there was a division in the office. People who didn't agree with our relationship and people who did, and they had reported our relationship, trying to get us fired. But I know how to read good because I'm light skinned. I would have been in a big house. So when our supervisors brought us in and told us that one person had to resign because they found out about our relationship, I said, no, we don't. And they were adamant. I said, no, we do not. And we could get HR involved and we could clarify this. He's not my supervisor. Oh, no. It's only an issue if he or I was his supervisor. We are equal. We literally equal pay, equal job title. No, I don't. Oh, they hated it. Oh, they hated it. Um, and I said, and it's not lost on me that there are staff here that are married and pregnant by their subordinates, because there was this Eastern European woman who kept putting a clipboard in front of her stomach when she got knocked up by one of the Spanish men in a program that she was supervising. Okay? He was a worker, not one of the special needs people. So they dropped that real quick, and I said we could get HR involved. And I feel like what did I said? I said this is like a witch hunt harassment that you guys would even bring us in here to have this meeting without doing your research or your due diligence or knowing the handbook correctly. And why isn't this conversation coming from HR? Oh, I was good. I was good. Oh, never brought it up again. Never, never, never brought it up again. So anyway, this bitch came up in my face, and my husband was just standing there. He wasn't my husband at the time. He was just standing there and they say nothing. That bothered me. I was like, you let this girl call me a bitch or whatever, fat bitch or whatever, and you didn't say nothing. And his thing was, I don't get into things with women. Then in our old co-op, there was an issue because either I took her clothes out the dryer or she took my clothes out the dryer or a kid took the clothes out the dryer. Anyway, I made a comment and she came down there with her dyke and got up in my face calling me all kind of fat bitches, and we was going to go to blows until one of the girlfriends pulled the other girlfriend back because she was up in my face. And I told my husband, I said, then you didn't say nothing then again either. And he was like, I don't get into things with women. And that was a big thing for me because I don't know if it's his culture or whatever that men don't get involved with women's fights, but where I'm from in Brooklyn, it doesn't matter what fucking gender you are. Like, hold my purse. Like if my nigga was getting into an altercation with another nigga at a job, I'm hold my purse. I'm jumping on that motherfucker's back while you take shots to the body. That's how we do. Okay? Like that's where I'm from. like if my nigga see me fighting with another bitch, go get your dude. That's what he's saying. Go get your nigga so them two can fight. I know it's toxic and dangerous as fuck. Not saying it's right. It's saying that's what I know. So anyway, that's me. I guess with him, I don't think it's cultural because he grew up in the, I don't think it's fucking white people. I can't stand them. It's a fucking, I have trouble at every fucking stop sign. Every fucking stop sign, I have a problem with. You let one go, and then the other person is supposed to go, and they just go. They don't like. Anyway, and it's always somebody white. Always somebody white. And I obnoxiously honk my motherfucking horn. I really need to go get one of those obnoxious horns. I think I'm gonna do that. Do they still do that shit on Jerome Avenue? I really need that fucking obnoxious dollar cab taxi horn. This horn is too politically correct. I need a fuck you, eat my ass horn. I'm changing the horn. I don't know if I could do that under warranty. As soon as this warranty is up, and if I still have this car, I'm changing the motherfucking horn. For real. I'm getting a fucking illegal blow horn. And anyway, I'm back, y'all. So anyway, that's where I come from, that era of all for one and one for all, whatever. Like, I'm also in the era of shoot the fair one, right? So if my husband goes to jump in, I go, no, baby, I got this. That's fine. But even you verbally could have my back because it was 2 against 1. It was 2 women. He said it was 2 women. I said, that is a bull dyke. That was not a woman. That was a lesbian and her bull dyke partner. That is the social equivalent to her nigga. Her nigga stepped in. My nigga was there. My nigga should have stepped in. And he said, no, that's not a woman. That's not a woman. That's a bull dyke. Okay? Don't let and it's always the bull dykes that have the big, huge titties. Okay? This was a short, dark skin, shaped like the letter O, because number zeros is oval, shaped like the capital letter O with size triple E breast, with a big ass fucking probably Biggie t-shirt on. You know, that very textbook bull dykey look, okay? But anyway, when them two were like verbally, like we were going back and forth, and the bull dykey one went into my face like we was about to do this, my husband just stood there. And let's be clear, in case anybody's watching, I would have took both of them. But we would have been slamming into washing machines, okay? Anywho. So anyway, I say this to say that there is a still video that somebody caught, a still picture from the video of somebody caught of ballistic Jocelyn Hernandez's husband. I'm gonna say husband. Yelling and screaming in people's face, and oh my God, splash waterfalls. I was so turned on. Now I talk a lot about toxic masculinity and all this shit, and I am very aware of my flaws and my hypocrisies, all of that. It's not lost on me. I'm not in denial. I know what I practice and what I talk about, and what gets me going sometimes don't align with each other, and that is because I have trauma. Okay, I have trauma, and I have trauma. So things that feel good to me aren't good for me. Like having a man like Ballistic would have me locked up like Jocelyn right now, because she has like 4 charges. She got arrested. She had 4 charges. If I was with Ballistic, I'd be Jocelyn Hernandez. Is that good for me? No. She has a young daughter, 5 or something, maybe 5 or 6. She's locked up. No. But did that shit arouse me like no other? Abso-fucking-lutely it did. I was so hot. And a part of me was like, I wish my nigga was. But do I? No. I wish my nigga was. But no, it can't be. I cannot find anybody that feeds the shit that I'm going through. Like I cannot have somebody that's salt to my toxicity. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm an acid, my husband is a base to neutralize that shit. He is. We can't have 2 acids and just be just running around with our acidity, just being fucking destructors. You know what I'm saying? Like he has to neutralize everything that I am. He has to. So anyway, that's me identifying my toxicity, baby. I know it. Stay toxic, my friends. Like you could be toxic, but you don't have to act on it. You don't have to act on it. I'm not gonna ever find a Ballistic. I can't. Because it would be a detriment to me. But will I rub one out to the possibility of a nigga getting in a bitch face for me? Probably. Bye.